Hello, and this is Delia again, and I am on chapter 4 now. This is part 1. But he's got to have a doctor. He looks like he's dying, said Bonnie. He can't, I explained. I can't explain right now. Let's just get him home, all right? He's wet and freezing out here. Then we can discuss it. The job of getting Stefan through the woods was enough to occupy everyone's mind for a while. He remained unconscious. And when they finally laid him out in the back seat of Matt's car, they were all bruised and exhausted. In addition to being wet from the contact with his soaking clothes. Elena held his head in her lap as they drove to the boarding house. Meredith and Bonnie followed. I see lights on, Matt said, pulling in front of the large rust-red building. She must be awake, but the door's probably locked. Elena gently eased Stefan's head down and slipped out of the car. And I saw one of the windows in the house brighten as a curtain was pushed aside. Then she saw a head and shoulders appear at the window, looking down. Hey man, you okay? Mrs. Flowers, she called, waving. It's Elena Gilbert, Mrs. Flower. We found Stefan and we need to get in. The figure at the window did not move or otherwise acknowledge her words. Yet, from its posture, Elena could tell it was still looking down on them. Mrs. Flowers, we have Stefan, she called again, gesturing to the lighted interior of the car. Please. People are born, they grow old, and then they die. That's the world we live in. Elena, it's unlocked already, Bonnie's voice flooded to her from the front porch, distracting Elena from the figure at the window. When she looked back up, she saw the curtains falling into place, and then the light in that upstairs room snapped off. It was strange. She had no time to puzzle over it. She and Meredith helped Matt lift Stefan and carry him up the front steps. Inside the house was dark and still. Elena directed the others up the staircase that was opposite the door, and on the second floor landing from where they went into. A bedroom. And Elena had Bonnie open the door of what looked like a closet. I don't. Yes, you do. Or you wouldn't be here. It revealed another staircase, very dim and narrow. It can't be. Who would leave their front door unlocked after all that's happened recently? Matt grunted as they how their life was burdened. She must be crazy. What are you? I'm in the storage room reading this, so I had to do that. She is crazy, Bonnie said from above, pushing the door at the top of the staircase open. Last time we were here, she talked about the weirdest. Her voice broke off in gasp. What is it? Said Elena, but as they reached the threshold of Stefan's room, she saw for herself. Okay, and then I'll continue this.